Hello, this is Samsai again, and welcome back to The Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. You might see, well, first of all, you might notice that I am using my new microphone. That's definitely good. Also, another thing to note is that another version of OpenMW has been released, so this is 0.39. So basically that means that yet another version has been released since I last played this game. I guess that says something about my recording schedule. Anyway, yes, here's my save, and yeah, this is my latest save, so let's keep going. So yes, we're once again doing more Mage's Guild stuff, and like okay, yeah, last time I talked about going on some dungeon adventures, and the reason is that at this very moment we are a bit of a glass cannon. Well, at best we're a glass cannon, at worst we are basically just ineffective, and we saw that with our recent quest, where we basically had a lot of issues. So we need to get a lot of, we need to upgrade our gear, we need to be better, we need to train, and we probably should learn new spells too. Particularly one spell I would like to get, which is the open lock spell, so that we don't need to, do lock picking, because we don't know how to do that actually.
For something in particular.
So let's figure out which one of these guys has the... Oh, here's the Unduce's open door. Open 50 points on touch. This is pretty much what I want. The question is, can I actually cast it reasonably well? Yes, I can. 86% chance, so I can pretty much open doors. That's very good. I'm not sure how... I'm not an expert when it comes to Morrowind's magic systems and stuff, so I'm not entirely sure what the points mean. So this is this does open door 50 points. Does that mean that certain more difficult doors don't open with that spell? I don't know. I'm also going to check my... The condition of my spark sword is also starting to decrease. We might need to do something about that. But yeah, I'm not too happy about my current situation, but I guess we'll just have to do some exploration, and eventually we'll get some stuff figured out. Do I actually have more stuff that I can, put together so that I can get... No, I only have a bunch of hound meat that I cannot put together with any other thing. I'm also going to check if there's anything interesting here. Doesn't look like it, though. There's a book that's... Because this is the supply chest, I can just take stuff. So I can probably sell that. I also have the Chronicles of the left. I cannot pronounce that. Too many... not enough vowels, that's the problem. But let's go and meet this guy. This is the bookseller. I'm going to just quickly sell that book because I need the money. Yes, hello. I have this book from the Mage's Guild. You'll probably want it. You'll probably find a use for it or something. Yeah, that's good enough.
Speak quickly.
So yes, my idea was that we would at least attempt to solve this problem that we currently have by exploring the various dungeons around here. For example, when we went to the Odai Plateau, there was an ancestral cave, an ancestral tomb around here, and we can probably sort that out, and those tombs might have something. As far as I know, I have played some of this, but yeah, as far as I know, ancestral tombs don't necessarily have the best stuff, but they tend to have something. Usually there is a little bit of armor, maybe some sort of a dagger or an amulet. But most of them, at least as far as I know, seem to have something. The problem is that I don't actually know where all of these, like, where all of these dungeons are. I know there are quite a few around here, but I simply don't know exactly where. I think there is like that one dungeon around here which we had some trouble with. There is one around Seidanin where we also had a lot of trouble. So there are like loads of dungeons around here, but the problem is that the difficulty level is sometimes a little bit too high. The ancestral tombs seem to have mostly just like ghosts, and we can deal with ghosts. They are not too bad. But various kinds of other things will definitely kill us pretty quickly. So, yeah, let's travel this way. I think this is where the ancestral tomb was, which we can then explore, because now we actually have a little bit more, like, well, punch. Actually, not the fireball, let's use the fire bite. The fire bite is actually a better offensive spell at this point. It might very well be always the best one, but, well, not always, because there are bound to be like better offensive spells eventually, but for the time being at least. So let's head this way. This particular update to OpenMW, it doesn't seem to have a whole lot of like new and awesome and interesting things. Like, it doesn't do anything too drastic. I think there is now support for various kinds of cool little things like shaders, but I'm not sure because I'm using the default texture pack, well, basically. So I'm not actually using any of the fancy ones. So I'm not sure how much of a difference it actually shows here. It also doesn't have the shadows yet, which is a bit of a shame, but I imagine they will eventually get that sorted out. Mainly it was just bug fixes. Most of these recent ones seem to have been just bug fixes. So, this is the ancestral tomb. There is also this egg mine here, which we might take a look in, but yeah, we might consider going there at some point. Oh, one interesting thing here is actually that this version of OpenMW should be doing background cell loading, so we shouldn't see too many loading screens while traveling on the overworld. Of course, when we enter these dungeons, we might see some, but actually we don't, at least not too much. Okay, Ghost, it's time for you to go. Also, it's very dark here. There we go. Yeah, not much of a problem here. By the way, if the game is too dark for you, I'm actually going to do one quick thing where I'm just going to make sure that I have my own gamma settings right. If the video is too dark for you, which it very well might be, just tell me and I can start to, you know, do gamma settings for the video itself. Usually I just tweak it myself, but especially here the dungeon seems to be very dark. There are also light spells, but currently I don't own one. We of course do have these travel lanterns and stuff, which we will use when we enter these very dark areas, because, for example, here I can't see a damn thing. Bone meal restore attribute agility. Yeah, I'm not going to loot those. I'll leave the dead be. But if I find something else, I might take that. Shrine of Saint Veloth. 35 gold is basically nothing. We got about 30 gold from the book, which we got for free. So let's take up restoration, indwelling. I haven't actually seen this before. I can also cure diseases, blights, poison. How about the restoration? Is that like an... Yeah, it's not an active effect, so it probably just restored a bunch of magicka that I hadn't even... I actually had no need for that, but... Oh, exclusive invisibility, 175 value potion. Definitely going to take that. Restore fatigue, good to have around. and a scroll of lesser domination, so command creature and humanoid. Now let's take that. There's also a chest key. Theris chest key. Let's take it with us, because it doesn't matter if we open a box with a key. There's also a Book of Dawn and Dusk. But it's not worth much, so I'm not actually going to take it. I think that's a very common book too, so basically every bookcase has that. So I'm not all that worried about not taking that one with me. Okay, come and meet me. I'm actually going to switch to my Bone Mold Shield here to actually give me at least a bit of a resistance to any melee. Of course, these ghosts tend to use a little bit of magic too. And more urns. And there's a small chest and a bigger chest, and I opened this with the chest key. A spiked club. I was hoping for more. And then there's a chest that is trapped. Let's equip the Hearth Heal and... Oh, we resisted it. Good. It's a common ring with value too, so basically it was entirely useless. Yeah, like I said, Ancestral Tombs don't necessarily have all that awesome loot in them, but I mean, we got some experience out of that. It wasn't complete waste. That's my point here. But it wasn't too great. I was kind of... I'm hoping to get like better armor or like enchanted like clothes or weapons. Particularly weapons, because the Spark Sword, while it is good, it's not like the greatest thing. I would like to see something a little bit more powerful. But for now, the Spark Sword will do. I have an idea, and once we actually complete a couple more of those Mages Guild quests, we are actually going to travel here, and it's an interesting place, and it's definitely worth going to, and I'm absolutely going to do that, because one of the quests the Mages Guild actually gives you is... well, I'm not going to tell you about the quest yet, but we do need to go there for a quest. Okay, and here's the... I'm actually going to just quickly check the map so that I can see if there is actually like any dungeons that I have possibly missed. But I don't think so. So yeah, these two guys here, they said that they were miners on a break, I think. We might want to check out the mine. Yeah. Do you have any secrets? Maybe a location of a dungeon? They attack intruders and you smell like an intruder, but don't worry. The queen skirts out foragers and warriors like seeds. If they kill them and run past, whichever is easier. Don't kill the workers, they don't bother you, and we need them to keep the queen laying. Okay, so basically that's an invitation to check out their mine.
Okay, I'm listening.
Yeah, hello? Okay, so you have nothing else really. Okay, that's entirely fine. I don't have any torches, do I? I just have these travel lanterns. Well, let's go check out the mine. It's pretty much a dungeon, so it might contain some cool stuff. I actually haven't been here before, so I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to run into. It's also very dark. But I'm pretty much just going to go through all of the places that I can. There are guama eggs here, and this is actually a good opportunity for me, because I can just get these guama eggs and I'm going to make potions out of them. because I can actually make restore fatigue potions, and I have plenty of hound meat to do it. And this will improve my alchemy. Okay, well that was that. It didn't go too well. Oh, that guy is an enemy. This one here isn't. This Scrib. But this bouncy guy definitely is, and he can be an annoying one because I believe we have actually fought one of these before. They like to put you in sort of a... They will paralyze you, that's what they do. Makes them up, just a little bit annoying. Let's make more of those potions. Okay, at least I got one out of that, so... That's very good. Luckily these eggs are practically everywhere. Another one of these guys. Yeah, this seems to be a good area because these guys are actually relatively easy to kill, especially with all the stuff that I currently have on. So I'm pretty happy about that. And I will get some easy experience without a big risk. Plus, I can improve my alchemy skill. My alchemy is probably pretty horrendous though, so it's not like we're going to get huge amounts of... Well, it's a minor skill, so at least it's 20. So it's definitely better than a lot of these skills here. For example, sneak here is just terrible. 5, so practically we're not going to be sneaking anywhere. Then again, I don't really understand how the sneaking mechanic in Morrowind works to begin with. There's a mining camp there. So, yeah, I'm not going to go for any sneaky things to begin with. It was simply quite odd last time I checked, but it could have been that it simply didn't work right. Okay, let's actually try something a little bit different. I need to also improve my destruction, so... Resist potion. Potion. Nah, poison. And more potions. Yeah, we kinda suck. That was one potion out of a whole bunch of eggs and... Oh, we lost the lantern. But I think we're getting plenty of light from these egg sacs. So I'm okay with this. I can deal with this. Okay, so this is going deeper. Let's explore this area and then I'm actually going to save here because we're going deeper, so it might be a good idea to actually save before we, you know, rush headlong into a disaster. And no potions. Okay, that's just another one of these guys. I'll equip the shield because it's relatively bright here. So actually, let's just improve the... Let's just keep improving the destruction magic. And another one of these guys. We might be getting close to... Oh, we need more magicka. Well... Okay, and yet another one. At least we're improving something. Is the other one dead? I think they are sort of stacked here, so that they are not... Well, the other one died now, so I'm happy about that. I can barely see you. There we go.